Zhang Yi stood by Uncle Yu's bedside, analyzing the mutant's condition with cold calculation. He recognized that Uncle Yu's mutation likely enhanced physical strength, making him an invaluable asset as a frontline tank for his growing faction. To secure this loyalty, Zhang Yi verbally promised to take full responsibility for Uncle Yu's family, a gesture that delighted Xia Limei. She eagerly accepted his offer, viewing Zhang Yi's apartment as their new permanent sanctuary. However, Zhang Yi's kindness was a facade. He knew Xia Limei was a liability and a manipulator who would inevitably demand more resources. When she asked him to retrieve her phone and baby supplies from her own apartment, Zhang Yi feigned exhaustion and unfamiliarity with the layout, suggesting she go herself. Xia Limei, sensing an opportunity to test his resolve, shoved her infant into his arms and left, believing that holding the child hostage would force Zhang Yi to let her back in. She stepped out into the biting cold, shivering violently as she contrasted the frozen hell outside with the warmth of Zhang Yi's shelter. Her eyes filled with jealousy and determination, she vowed that she and her child would never leave this safe haven, imagining a future where her daughter grew up healthy within these walls. Outside, the reality of the frozen world struck Xia Limei with brutal force. She hurried toward her own apartment door, key in hand, unaware of the death waiting for her. Su Hao emerged from the shadows, a blood-stained kitchen knife in his grip. Without hesitation, he brought the blade down on her neck. Blood sprayed like a fountain as Xia Limei collapsed, her eyes wide with shock and a final, desperate worry for her child. Su Hao, ensuring the job was done, stabbed her repeatedly until she was undoubtedly dead. He then wiped the blade and hurried away from the scene, leaving her body in the snow. Meanwhile, inside the warm apartment, Zhang Yi held the sleeping infant, feeling a brief pang of emotion at her delicate, jelly-like skin. He resolved to find a woman to adopt the child later, sparing the innocent life while eliminating the mother. He sent a quick message to Su Hao, confirming the operation's success, before returning to Uncle Yu's side. Zhang Yi sat beside the bed, holding the baby with a gentle smile that masked his ruthlessness. He looked at the confused and recovering Uncle Yu and delivered a lie with perfect calm. He informed Uncle Yu that he had made a decision. Xia Limei would now live with them in the apartment, and Uncle Yu could move back once he recovered and the child was older. Uncle Yu, weak and grateful, accepted this news without suspicion, unaware that his wife had just been executed in the hallway. Zhang Yi had successfully eliminated a potential threat and secured the loyalty of a mutant powerhouse, all while maintaining the illusion of benevolence. The operation had begun, and the first piece of the puzzle was removed. The baby remained safe for now, a pawn in Zhang Yi's larger game, while the truth of Xia Limei's fate was buried under layers of deception and the cold indifference of the New World Order. Zhang Yi's carefully constructed lie to Uncle Yu about Xia Limei's whereabouts held firm within the ward, but it was immediately challenged by a more immediate and unpredictable problem. The baby in his arms began to cry uncontrollably. Neither Zhang Yi, a man more accustomed to violence than childcare, nor the medically trained Zhou Core possessed the knowledge to soothe an infant. Their futile attempts at comfort only escalated the situation until a moment of grim inspiration struck. The child likely needed a diaper change. Zhang Yi produced a bag of diapers from his mysterious storage space, then tactfully retreated a significant distance, leaving a thoroughly exasperated Zhou Core to manage the messy but ultimately successful operation. The baby's cries subsided, restoring a tense quiet to the room. With the immediate crisis averted, Zhang Yi turned his attention back to his convalescing pawn. He inquired if Uncle Yu had noticed any unusual physical changes, subtly probing the limits of the mutant's enhanced physiology. Uncle Yu could only report a profound weakness and an itchy wound, which Zhou Core confirmed was a normal sign of healing. For Zhang Yi, this confirmed a valuable tactical data point. Uncle Yu's abilities did not grant him a significant resistance to pharmaceuticals. As more than half an hour passed without Xia Limei's return, Uncle Yu's natural worry surfaced. Seizing the opportunity, Zhang Yi expertly feigned his own concern, painting a picture of a building still rife with danger and potential traitors. He dramatically declared that Sister Xia could be in peril, prompting a worried Uncle Yu to beg him to go and check on her immediately. Playing the part of the concerned protector, Zhang Yi left Zhou Core in charge and returned to his apartment. There, he did not prepare for a rescue mission but for an execution. He donned his full combat gear, bulletproof vest, pants, helmet, and visor, and armed himself with a pistol, dagger, and an M4 assault rifle. His true intent was revealed not by his arsenal, but by the message he sent to the entire building, luring all his remaining neighbors to a gathering in room 1301 with the false promise of distributed supplies and the assignment of valuable living territories. He heard their excited, greedy chatter through the door as they dreamed of a future of luxury and power under his continued provision. With a mocking smile, Zhang Yi retrieved 2 grenades from his alternate dimension, pulled the pins, and rolled them into the crowded room before raising his riot shield against the inevitable, building-shaking explosion that followed. Zhang Yi stood firmly behind his riot shield, the deafening roar of the twin grenade blasts echoing through the corridor and making his eardrums ache. As the dust settled, he advanced cautiously into the devastated room 1301, his assault rifle at the ready. The scene was one of utter carnage. Overturned furniture lay smashed atop the sprawled, bloody forms of a dozen neighbors. One dying man, his face a mask of blood, stared at Zhang Yi with pure hatred and demanded to know why he had betrayed them after all their help. Zhang Yi coldly dismissed the notion that they had ever helped him, stating that his protection was the only reason they had survived this long. He then methodically raised his weapon and put a bullet into the forehead of every person on the ground, ensuring no one was feigning death. The room echoed with the slow, powerful reports of his carbine, interspersed with curses, desperate pleas, and final screams. A meticulous count of the bodies revealed a problem. One person was missing from the expected 17. Zhang Yi immediately deduced it was the cunning real estate agent who had sensed the impending danger and chosen not to attend the fatal gathering. With a sigh of exasperation at the man's futile struggle, Zhang Yi began a methodical floor-by-floor search. An hour later, he found the terrified man hiding inside a kitchen cabinet. Under the man's desperate gaze, Zhang Yi delivered a final sarcastic remark about his supposed intelligence before executing him with a single, precise shot. This act marked the final completion of his revenge against every murderer who had broken into his room and devoured him in his previous life. A profound sense of clarity and peace washed over him, as if a great obstacle in his heart had been removed, and he breathed deeply, feeling the world was now clearer and more transparent. Returning home, Zhang Yi adopted a mask of profound grief before entering Uncle Yu's hospital room. He delivered the fabricated bad news with a heavy sigh, claiming the dissatisfied neighbors had secretly colluded with outsiders and struck first by killing Xiao Mei out of fear of his retaliation. Overcome with pain and anger, Uncle Yu slammed his fist against his steel bedframe with tremendous force, utterly crushing the metal corner and confirming the nature of his strength-based mutant ability. Zhang Yi concealed his satisfaction at this demonstration and solemnly swore that he had already avenged Xiao Mei by killing all of the traitors. Uncle Yu, a sentimental man, expressed his heartbreak and bitterness, wholly accepting Zhang Yi's story due to the neighbors' past behavior and Zhang Yi's seemingly solid alibi. In a final attempt to solidify their bond, Zhang Yi sincerely offered to find Uncle Yu a new wife, to which the recovering mutant quietly specified his preference for mature and voluptuous women.